是这样用的。梦醒过来了，伤口复原，留下伤痕。我把心寄到你的地址，你想怎么处置就怎么处置。时间冲不散我的记忆，哦，我还怀念那完美的
Greetings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream from Komodo platform for this Notary Node election for the year 2021. This fifth season is upon us, and we are here joining you live. I am E. Giuliano. We are happy that you are here. We have quite a few people in the Discord now joining us to listen live. And if you're listening on YouTube, thanks for being here. We are going to talk all about notary node elections. We have Delton here to share with us about some of the fundamental details surrounding all of that. And we have some further Komodo team members here. We've got Ji Charang and SMK and S. Hossein there, who are going to share some information with us as well. And behind the scenes, we've got Otto making it all happen for us here in this live stream. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're also going to have a segment afterwards with a bunch of candidates who are here to talk and share about themselves as well. So without further ado, I'm going to move you over to Delton. He's going to kick it off here about these notary node elections for Komodo platform. Hello, Delton.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's a little bit of a shakeup from the usual Thursday town hall. We've got
Yeah, it is.
we've got an annual event here, notary node elections.
Yeah, so we have big news. We just released a new blog post talking about what you can expect from notary nodes this upcoming season 5. So the big news is Komodo is switching to Litecoin for notarizations. So this is going to provide a more resource efficient and cost effective security mechanism for 51% attack protection. And since JL777 first introduced the idea of dPoW in 2016, Komodo has been using the Bitcoin network, but this switch to Litecoin is major news because it's going to save a lot of resources for Komodo. And so this blog post talks about why we chose Litecoin. So there's quite a few reasons. It's estimated that this switch is going to save somewhere around 2.5 to 3 BTC per month, which sums up to 2 to 2.5 million annually. So with these savings, Komodo is going to be able to scale up developer resources, organize more community campaigns, and just become more sustainable overall. And it's also going to save on resource consumption, so it's more environmentally friendly. Litecoin is going to provide a high hash rate. There's going to be faster block times, and also there's still a high level of mining decentralization, so it's not nice hashable. Yeah, so if anyone's interested in getting dPoW for their blockchain network, yeah, just reach out to us. And now we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on with this current notary node election. So we have an announcement blog post with entire election timeline. So you can read this for all the different details. So first up, we have an overview of what is dPoW. So dPoW involves notary nodes, which are 64 dedicated servers that are elected each year by the Komodo community. And dPoW is currently being used by over 30 production blockchains. And actually, this blog post here says several $100 million in value, but with the current market prices, it looks like it's now surpassed $1 billion in protected assets. So here we can see the notary node election timeline. So we've already completed the snapshot. We have the Vote 2021 airdrop. So all KMD holders, if you have KMD in your non-custodial wallet and you own your private keys, you should be able to get the Vote 2021 token. And if you haven't, if you don't have it yet, you should get it soon. And we just recently had the Autoelection. So the Autoelection is for notary nodes that performed very well during season 4. So we took the top 12 notary nodes, and they are now have a seat in the season 5. So they've already been automatically elected. And coming up, we have the proposal deadline. So all the candidates here will need to submit the proposal by April 17th at 1200 UTC. And all voters have until April 23rd at 1200 UTC to vote with the Vote 2021 tokens. And we'll have an announcement on April 30th regarding the election. And the elected notary nodes will begin operating on the dPoW network on June the 14th. And this blog post contains some information about how you can become a candidate, all the different resource requirements. Yeah, and we also have information about the previous elections. And one of the major resources for notary node operators and people who are interested in becoming a candidate in this election is the Notary Node Bible. So this contains more detailed information about what is a notary node, how to become a notary node operator, the election process, and all the responsibilities that go along with being a notary node operator. And of course, like the various regions. So you find like more information about the 4 regions. And there's also more details that are kind of replicated in the blog post about like when the event is going on, and all the various deadlines, and just basically everything you need to know.
Right on, Delta.
And we have a few questions like people have been asking in Discord. So we have questions like which wallets support the Vote 2021 airdrop. So there's several wallets that support it. Be sure to check your wallet. Come to Komodo Discord if you need help voting. And just remember, you need to have KMD and a non-custodial wallet in order to receive those Vote 2021 tokens that have already been airdropped. So if you have KMD and a centralized exchange, then you won't be able to receive those tokens or vote. Yeah, we also have information about the Autoelection winners. So we have a blog post that talks about the season 4 top notary node operators and just everyone who is automatically has a seat in this season 5, and also the people that placed number 4 and number 5 have opportunity to run for 2 additional notary node seats. And let's see what else we have. Finally,
Where
we
can
have.
Where
Oh,
can
sorry,
we
go
go
ahead.
and take a look there, Delton? If we want to see a live vote count, can we see that?
Oh yeah, yes. So we have vote.dexstats.info. So on this website, you can find the live vote count, and you can find a breakdown from the various regions. So we have EU, North America, Asia, Russia, and Southern Hemisphere. So here you can find all the people running and their Vote 2021 addresses. And you can also find links to their proposal. And so these proposals link to the GitHub page where you can find everything that the people who are running would just want to tell you about why they should be a notary node for season 5.
Yeah, definitely recommend reading through those proposals. It's interesting to see, especially if you're not too familiar with what goes on behind the scenes. You can see that there is a tremendous amount of work by a lot of people that is happening to make all of this platform run.
Yes, for sure. And there's also been a few questions about like whether people can vote for candidates using a hardware wallet and how they can do that. So we actually have a tool available made by PBCA. So this is for people who have KMD in a Ledger or Trezor wallet. So they can use, we have a link here for GitHub. So you can use it on your computer, or you can use a tool we have here via a Google Chrome web browser. And just for anyone that's following along on Discord or YouTube, I've already dropped all these links in the description on the YouTube video. So you can check out all the links there and find all these resources.
Excellent. Thank you, Delton. I think that is just about it for this first segment. You've given us quite a lot of information. Perhaps the most wowing information is that news about the switch to Litecoin for the cross-chain notarizations. So, you know, I'm sure that is a huge decision, and it seems like a lot of thought and research was put into that. So looking forward to see how that goes forward. Alrighty. We're going to now move into what we're calling segment 2, a bit more specific information, and we'll hear a little bit from some of the other team members from Komodo. It's a bit more details about dPoW, delayed proof of work, and the notary nodes who provide it. Delton, do you want to take us away? Well, I'll take that as a not quite yet.
Oh, sorry.
Here you are. No worries. There you go.
Right, so we have an overview of the Notary Node Bible. Yeah, just be sure to check out this Notary Node Bible to understand more about the Notary Node election, everything you can expect if you're running for the election or if you're voting as a candidate. And also, I would, I guess, feedback, input from the team as well.
Yeah, is it a good opportunity now to ask SMK, Jicharang, S. Hossein?
Right.
Can you talk? Maybe we'll start with SMK. Can you talk about how dPoW has protected blockchains from active 51% attacks? Maybe you want to speak specifically about Aria Coin or anything else that you've been around or witnessed? And welcome, by the way.
G'day, how's it going?
Thanks for
so no worries. dPoW's been running for a while. The basic premise of it is every set amount of blocks, or 10 blocks, we have chains protected by KMD. They'll notarize to KMD, and then KMD notarizes to Bitcoin, and in future Litecoin. And basically we just storing a checkpoint in the op return data, which confirms what's happened on chain, so we can make sure there's no 51% attack forks or anything else like that. I think Aria Coin was attacked heavily, was it last year or the year before? And we managed to stop that in its tracks and protect them there. And I think game credits as well. They were lined up for an attack. It was going to be a live event by some YouTube hacker I forget the name of. But when he read up on dPoW, he just decided not to even bother. So it's quite effective.
That's a great story. Interesting. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, Komodo saves the day right there. Jicharang, did you want to add any thoughts surrounding what you just heard?
Yeah, and there was another hacker that was targeting the Einsteinium coin. That was, they even streamed the hack and everything. They tried to rent hash and, double spend some transactions, but it didn't happen because of dPoW.
Wow, that's some pretty good. That's some pretty good marketing right there. Proof of product right there. Good stuff. Amazing. These I actually did not know these details like this. It's nice to hear from you because you have information from behind the scenes that we don't even get, even if we're around Discord all the time. There are things that happen that are, we can't know everything. So it's nice to have some insight into what goes on. Yeah, there's just a lot that's going on. Okay, well, that's good. We are also going to explain a little bit why notary node operators are important for keeping the network secure. You kind of already did that, but S was saying you're here too. Did you want to add something about the importance of delayed proof of work?
Well, thank you, Giuliano. SMK and Jicharang, you said it all. It's essentially when the tech was created by JL777 long ago, it was one of the thing in cryptosphere. It was like really a bad thing been happening, like 51% attack and double spend. People were losing money, blockchains rolling back, and such things. So scammers or hackers has been taking millions of dollars equivalent funds. But dPoW actually saved us all from all those things from happening. And as SMK and G Charanji said, the fork which the guy who wanted to demonstrate in live, like how he's going to attack a chain with higher hash rate on EMC2 chain, he wasn't succeeded. It was like he live streamed and did a lot of things, but he tried, but wasn't succeeded. It just like balance proof, like real life proof that dPoW actually protects. And a lot of people has misconception about dPoW when they think about the mining, that notary nodes can be working together to do malicious things. In real life, that didn't happen for last 4 seasons, and I do not believe it will happen, because there are plenty reliable, honest notary node operators. Even if anyone wanted to do, it's like you need a lot of notary nodes working together to do that. But as a when we are notary node operator, we're kind of like family, helping each other, protecting the network, because this is the most important job of all, that what we do.
Yeah,
And
incredible.
even if some of the notary nodes go bad and try to attack the chains they're supposed to protect, the worst that can do is stall the chains. They can't double spend. They can just make the chains stop. No new blocks will come in, or if the new blocks come, they get erased. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for adding that last bit of information there. And as Hossein, thanks for that piece of history. Okay, I think Otto, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I would actually have one question for our team. So the reason why we wanted to make this event was that we want to make some awareness for potential new candidates and to spread the information about that we have this election going on and there is this opportunity. So can you guys tell us a little bit more about why someone would run a notary node? What do they get from it? And then a little bit about what does it take and who is this job for?
Good question.
Hossein is the best person to answer.
He's definitely the expert.
Can you please repeat the question? Sorry, I thought like SMK or Jicharanji is going to answer this.
Yeah, so the question was, what does it take to be a notary node? So if we have in our audience some members who want to maybe join in this election cycle and try to get elected, so what do they have to know to run a notary node, and then what do they get in return for running a notary node?
Thank you very much. Yes. First of all, you need to be reliable and you need to be dedicated. This running a notary node operation is not like a job that you want to do or check once a day or once a week or something like that. Set it, forget it, automation. It is not like that. You need to be committed to monitor the network and how it's performing, how your node is performing overall, almost like constantly. It's a 24/7 job. We consider it as our first wife or second wife.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a baby.
Yep, it is actually our baby, the way we monitor, because it has to be monitored, checked, and anything malicious. I mean, you see anything that is not in the right order, then you report it or either fix it if it's fixable, or if it's something that beyond your control, you ask other notary node operators for help, and we're always helping. So this is something, and in return, you get to mine. So per day, you are mining average 45 or 50 Komodo, and which average is like about 1,500 Komodo per month. So that is the benefit of being a notary node operator, that you get to mine Komodo. But on the other side, you need to have very good hardware, good connection, and you need to have understanding how the wallet works, all those commands in CLI, because this is not something like a GUI wallet that you click on buttons or things and it works. Something you need to be a good system admin or sysadmin, as it's called in the environment. You need to have understanding about how Linux operating system works, how Linux networking works, and you need to have a little bit of security as well in mind to secure your node. So this is not a job for somebody who only uses GUI wallet. Obviously, if they learn how CLI things works, all the commands that we use, what they mean and how to use them properly and efficiently, that will help a lot when you become a notary node operator.
Wow, good. Very thorough. Thank you. And I think that's very helpful for the people who are curious about whether or not they would be interested to run a node. And also, it's helpful for us as voters to understand what it is that we might be looking for in the candidates that we might vote for, because there are different types of proposals that are offered. And so it's important for us to realize that the notary node operators are very important to the network, and the type of difficult work that they need to do, the constant monitoring that they need to do, and that sort of thing. And so that's very helpful that you've shared that with us. Thank you. So the basic takeaway from that is that there is an incentive to running a notary node. You get a KMD mined about 1,500 per month, let's say. You also get to be part of the KMD notary node family, but it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of things depending on you. So there you go. If you're up for the task, thank you to all of the candidates who are putting their hat in, so to speak. We appreciate all of your desire to participate in this network. It's incredible. All right, SMK, Jichirang, would you like to add anything before we move over to a break?
Just to distinguish, sometimes notary nodes may be perceived as something like a master node, but it's completely different. It's a lot more hands-on. It takes a lot more knowledge and active working with it. Yeah.
Thank you.
And one thing I like to add is when a coin is added to dPoW, they get 64 nodes that always support the network. That's one of the overlooked benefits. When a small network is being bootstrapped, they have like 10, 20 nodes the most. But if they enable dPoW, they will always have 64 nodes.
I see. So it guarantees that 64 node operation. Awesome.
Yeah, and recently when the Dogecoin was pumping, people were scrambling to get connections to their native wallets. Only some of the light wallets were working, but those native mode was not working for many people because they couldn't find reliable IPs of nodes that have been running previously.
I see. All right. Well, unless there's anything further to add, Delton, I'm going to give you a chance to say or ask anything, and then we're going to move over to a break. So go ahead, Delton.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out. Like, yeah, everyone mentioned a good input, good thoughts about like notary nodes and everything involved. I just want to say, like, yeah, it's a good opportunity for people who want to earn 1,500 KMD per month. But as everyone kind of highlighted, yeah, it does require a lot of work. So yeah, just if you're interested in running the election, be sure to submit a written proposal. If you're a voter, be sure to listen to the candidates as they give their presentations in a few minutes.
One last thing to be aware of as well is you're going to have to spend a bit of that KMD on some powerful servers to run your nodes.
Oh, I'm
Yep,
glad.
this is a good point. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Please continue your.
No, this is a good point. Actually, I missed to say what SMK just said. You need to have a very good server. You need to have a really good server in order to operate. And there are two different servers you need to run. One is.
I might be off right now, this stream, or we couldn't hear S was saying.
Yeah, you cut out. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, what SMK said is a really good point, that you need a really good specification server. Actually, two of them. One of them is for the mainnet notary, which is notarizing Komodo to Bitcoin, soon will be Litecoin, and other asset chain or smart chains to Komodo, and third-party server where you're running Komodo and other third-party coins are notarizing to Komodo. So these servers cannot be run in like a cheaper hardware or very old or outdated hardware. you need to have a very good hardware in order to do these things properly.
And no, you shouldn't and can't run from a home connection.
Yep, basement servers are not that great performing in terms, and you need to have those servers like properly located in a data center or co-locate. So that is the best way to make sure that your nodes are performing well and running 24/7 without too much issue.
All right, and seems like our host Giuliano dropped, but he will be back shortly. And we are at the end of this segment anyway, so we are now gonna go to a short 5-minute break. And after we are back from the break, then we will hear from all the candidates and have a roundtable conversation here starting. So stick around.
How do we want to invite the speakers for mic checks?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes, we are back live for this Komodo platform live stream event. I'm E. Giuliano, and we are here to talk with now the Notary Node candidates for this 2021 election season. We will have a little bit of a roundtable chat, but before that, we're going to hear from each of them, the ones that are here, to share about themselves and their proposals. We'll have 2 minutes for each candidate to introduce themselves, and then after that we will move into a bit of more of a discussion surrounding Notary Node operation. All right, so we've got here Biz, D4V, Daria, Dr. Kush, Damon Fox, Infotech Al, Meta Filbert, PHM 87, Straub. We have Chris F. We have from joining us from before, we have G Charang, S. Hussein, SMK, and of course, Delton and Otto. And I'm E. Giuliano. So we're going to get started here. Welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us and taking your time. We are going to start here. We'll start with Biz, okay? If that's okay with you, Biz.
Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome, Biz. Why don't you share about yourself? We got a couple minutes here.
All right, so hi, I'm Biz. You'll find me in the candidates under WhoBiz, that's with a W. This is my first year running for a Notary Node operator position. A little bit about my recent work. I participated in the Litecoin testnet and also developed some quick tools to help out with testnet onboarding. I just started doing some development for chips with Lightning Network that's really interesting. And I've spent about the last 2 years building a bridge between the larger Monero ecosystem for the project I do development for called Blur. That's basically a full proof of concept that dPoW can function on any blockchain. That's cross ecosystem. So I had to reconcile quite a bit with JSON RPC specifications, stuff like that to bridge the gap between Komodo ecosystem and that one. Go over to my proposal quickly. So we'll just go through the why vote biz quick. Basically, I'll be a technical liaison between Komodo and Blur and all future XMR-based integrations. I've already been working on this stuff for 2 years, so you'll be guaranteed a very active Notary Node operator in me. I'll already be working with this technology every day, so I'll be available and active every day. I've got a passion for problem solving and building new solutions. That's should be apparent from my work with Blur and the bridge that I'm building to the Komodo ecosystem. And basically the Notary Node rewards will allow me to focus more time on Komodo ecosystem projects. So that's about it for me.
All righty. Thank you, Biz. That was very clear and concise. And we appreciate your desire to do this work. So thank you for that and best of luck in this election season.
Thank you.
Awesome. We are going to move over to Daria. Professor Chetner, maybe I think you have your microphone maybe needs to get muted, or you need to be on push to talk, I believe, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, we're gonna move over.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you a little bit, but
Okay.
we're gonna move to Daria first. Daria
Okay.
is
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
no problem. And maybe I've done a disservice by not grouping everybody in the different regions, but some people are running across regions. So just check the GitHub, everybody's proposal, and you'll have a better idea of who is running for which regions. So yes, without further ado, let's introduce Daria. Thanks for being here, Daria, and thanks for your interest in the Notary Node operation. So why don't you say hello and tell us a bit about your proposal.
Hi, I'm Daria. I've been part of the community for about a year now. This is my first year participating in the election because, to be honest, last year I didn't even know about it. I work on chips and Togo projects as a front-end developer and designer. I'm in charge of the GUI for both projects, and I also do quite a bit of community outreach for chips, trying to keep everyone up to date with our development progress, which is going pretty well, by the way. I really like both the projects I work on and the teams behind them. That's why I would love to donate part of my Komodo rewards to the projects. I applied to be a Notary Node because I want to get a deeper understanding of Komodo technology, like to actually experience it. And I also hope to bring a little bit of diversity to the crypto field and programming in general. So I'm representing the ladies. I'm pretty confident about running the node. I have quite a lot of server administration experience, Linux servers, server programming, and all that. I think I've done about 7 years of backend development. Yeah, so I'll be happy to receive some votes. I'm very stoked to be part of this election and be part of the Komodo family. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you too. And best of luck in this election season.
Thanks.
All right. Well, Daria, stick around if you can, but we know that it might be pretty late for you as well. So if anybody does have to drop off during this conversation, that's just an unfortunate fact of this being a pretty worldwide phenomenon right now. But yeah, we are going to have a little bit more of a discussion if anybody can stick around. Okay, we're going to move to Dr. Kush, and then we'll get to you, Professor Chetner. Okay, so hi, Dr. Kush.
Yes, hi.
Why don't you share a bit about yourself, your proposal? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. This is my first time propose my candidate for election. Sorry, I not very speak English. I'm a Linux chain fan. I work in open source. I'm a teacher in web and web mobile, network basic. I love Node and Vue.js, MongoDB, to work other technology. I follow Komodo since 2016. Sorry. But until today, I did not have the time to really invest myself in Komodo. Putain, je galère. This election, it's a chance for me for propose my work to Komodo. I'm really ambitious for the community. I love spirit of Komodo, communities, no institution. I promise that if I'm elected, I will do my best to help the Komodo project within the limit of my skills, of course. But I learned that why I am starting the language Rust language. I learned it. I'm candidate for Notary Node of 2021. I sent my traductor for facilitate communication with you. If you have a question, thank you for writing because I hardly speak English. Sorry. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you, Dr. Kush. And yes, I do appreciate that it is more challenging for you to get your message across because you're speaking in a language which is not your native tongue. And so definitely taking that into consideration. And that's true. If anybody does have any questions or wants to say anything, the roundtable discussion chat is where to ask. So thank you, Dr. Kush, for that. And best of luck in these Notary Node elections. When I look at the vote on dexstats.info, the vote running vote counts, I wish everyone could win. You know, it's a lot of passion, it seems there. So anyway, we're going to move on here to Professor Chetner. Hello, Professor Chetner.
Hello, hi to everyone.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah. I'm the founder of Marmor Chain, Marmor Techniques. I'd like to apply from 2 regions this year, one from your region and one from our region.
Oh, Dr. Chetner,
Yeah.
I gotta just stop you there. Sorry, it's a little choppy, your audio, and I don't want your proposal to be affected by poor audio like that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, keep going. It might sound like it's a bit better.
Yeah, actually, I don't experience myself. We had assigned somebody from the team last year. This year, I want to involve the university, Malmö University. I talked to my rector about this, and in the university, we want to set up a blockchain center this year. Within this one, I want to be involved myself more to understand, especially the notary position, because we have in Barbara what we call protocol 2. I want to also have an experience with that because to me it looks like, you know, kind of a notary system with the creation with the Barbara chain. So it will be, I think, a nice experience with me. So with the team, of course, the team will be involved in that. But I will be also with the team experiencing. So it is a very nice, really system with the notarization. So we keep, you know, promoting this in Turkey, also as a regional, you know, director of Turkey for Komodo. And also, Litecoin, I just heard about today. I was very busy for a few days. It is, I think, very nice decision. I guess the swaps will be taking less time. That is the L777 explained. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the audio was very choppy there for me. I'm not sure if that was like that for everybody else, but I'm going to just try and repeat some of the things that I heard. Basically, Dr. Chetner, you're with the Marmara chain, Marmara team, and you want to get more involved by operating Notary Node, and the team will be involved in that operation. And you're also promoting Komodo in Turkey, Marmara chain, Komodo in Turkey. So you want to have a bigger presence in that way. Is that basically accurate?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and good luck for the election. We're wishing you all the best, and thanks for being here today. Okay, good. And now we're going to move over. Damon Fox, you're up next. Thanks for joining us. Why don't you share about yourself, your proposal?
Hi, thanks. I am Damon Fox. I'm running for a second season. I'm a current season 4 notary operator in North America. This season, I did self-host and self-build all of my hardware and everything. It was a huge learning experience, and it's led me to the next stage. Hopefully, if I am elected again for season 5, I've already made arrangements to move into a local data center here in Northeast Florida. I'm very transparent about where I am, what I do, and all the things that I break. You can ask any of the current notary operators. I confess to the things that I break and work out and fix all the time. That is kind of what I ran on in season 4. I volunteer most of my hardware and resources to testing all the various projects throughout the Komodo ecosystem. I helped onboard the Collider Coin project and working with CJ from Collider to help him just understand anything and everything he had questions about in Komodo before he lifted his chain over to a Komodo base and got it into Atomic DEX in our ecosystem. I volunteered and continued to be a labs operator, notarizing over there and participating, continuing through this season as well and up to now and the future. I also helped Biz as much as I possibly could. Anything he needed resource-wise that I could contribute to and be a springboard and just help talk through everything. I love what he is doing. Please send votes to him as well. That is going to bridge so much from the Monero base community into what we're doing, and I love participating in what he's been building. Those are the kind of things that I continue to look forward to participating in, especially with all the stuff Varus is doing. I have been an active participant giving my resources there in the testnet and actively participating with those other users in anything and everything I can. And I'm looking to stand up more active infrastructure with the Verus-based projects once some of the things they're working on come to fruition. That should be it for me. Thank you, everybody.
Indeed. Thank you too. It's good to know, there are so many things that that are being done and by so many different people. And so we appreciate you for it. Thank you for the work you did in the past season, and definitely good luck in this election season as well. Alrighty, we're going to move on now. Thank you, Damon Fox. We're going to go to Infotech Al, Block 9. Infotech Al, hi, thanks for joining us. And why don't you share about yourself and your proposal?
Sure, thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. My name is Infotech Al, along with Ryan Herbison, who couldn't be on the call today with us. We're teaming up together to manage and maintain the Notary Node for Season 5. We are dedicated to the success of Komodo as a platform, like working with the excellent global tech team behind Komodo. We both have experience running Notary Nodes in multiple previous seasons, and we're excited to contribute again this year. We do nothing else but manage our node and do our day jobs. So we really don't have anything else to distract us besides our regular job and making sure the Komodo Notary Node is up and running at all times. We've previously managed notaries for season 1, 2, and 3 under different, I did it previously by myself. Ryan did it with Galtmine's team. This year we're kind of teaming up and looking for one node to manage and continue on with our Komodo journey. Also, I'm very active on Twitter, so I think a lot of people that are on the call might know me more from Twitter than from Discord. But I'm actively, anything that Komodo is mentioned, I'm retweeting. Anything to do with Komodo shilling, I'm shilling. So I'm pretty much all in for Komodo success, and hoping to just contribute and say I had a hand in getting Komodo to higher levels. Thank you.
Amazing. Yes, thank you too. And just quickly then, why don't you share us what is your Twitter handle?
It's Infotech Al. So
Great.
you can search for Infotech Al. Yeah, just it's on Twitter, and anything that gets mentioned by Komodo, tweeted by Komodo, I'm there to repeat it or to tweet it. Yeah.
Nice. And I'm sure you have a lot of good insights into the previous 3 years of Notary Node operation. And so we look forward to
if I could chat on that a little bit.
We will.
It's a
not
great
yet, though.
Yeah.
Hold on, though.
Oh,
Yeah, Infotech.
okay, sorry.
I'll give you the first opportunity when we get to a bit of a more roundtable discussion. You can have definitely have the first opportunity. But we're just going to go through the last few candidates here. We still have Thank you, Infotech. We have Meta Filbert, PHM coming up, Pioneer Bar. And we still have Straub, Chris. I see Hastrapir and G Charang still around, PBCA 26, and S. Hossein. So let's move to Meta Filbert. Meta Filbert, hello.
Hi, guys and gals. So I'm Meta Filbert. I'm from Belgium. I'm 44, father of 3. I'm following SuperNet project since 2014 and being Notary Node operator since season 1. So I'm really happy to have seen the evolution of this project since the beginning, keeping the old Unity spirit, as it was called at this time. It has been quite an adventure since the beginning, and I'm really enthusiastic to contribute to the ecosystem. Will not be so long as I'm an old thing there, and I prefer to let my time for newcomers to introduce themselves. Just wanted to say I really like the elections period, because we are meeting newcomers, fresh blood from very different backgrounds, and years after years it increases the diversity of skills among the operators, and it's quite interesting. So I'm really happy to still be there and hoping to continue for a long time. That's it. Oh, I just want to say Arnomad is trying to being able to speak. I guess he missed the green bar or something. I don't know if you are able to re-invite him.
Okay. Who? Oh, Arnomad. Okay.
Yep.
Sure. In fact, just raise your hand, and Jicharang, as was saying, or SMK will bring you up onto the stage.
Okay. Thanks.
And thank you, Meta Philibert. Best of luck, and thank you for all the work you've been doing up until now as well. Okay. Where did I see here? So Arnomad, you're there. We'll get to you just around the corner. First, we are going to see PHM87. Let's hear from you. Hi, PHM87.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I hear you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So who am I? I'm an engineer in electricity. I graduated more than 10 years ago. I'm working in IT since 10 years as analyst and tester. And I work since maybe 5 or 6 years in payment card industry. MasterCard, six card in Luxembourg and so on. My knowledge in cryptocurrency helped me to work in MasterCard. So thank you for what you teach me, part of. So in 2017 I entered crypto space. I launched mining pool with friends, including Dav, present in school. Meta Philibert introduced me to a Komodo community 2 years ago, and I'm Notary Node since 2 seasons. I met different Notary Node operator in Lisbon and Belgium before the COVID. So in the past, during the last 2 years, I made direct donation to chips and KMD Labs. So support financially the I support some smart chains on the pool on Komodo. Unfortunately, the pool doesn't have so much miners. Another issue. I contribute to Iguana, dPoW, and Komodo, some with code changes and pull requests. Thank you, Black Joker, Taker, and the team for the code review. Sorry for the bug introduced. You know what I mean. The integration of adaptive POW to chip was done, took time. Thank you for the help to Soshane and GL777. I also developed a new RC parameter, so to enable some new consensus rules. So just to enable to allow the active user reward on Smart Chain, because this is currently restricted to Komodo. But because I need to discuss more with the team, I did not make a pull request yet. Maybe in the future. I develop also negative active user reward, so to have negative interest, but it's not that much interest, does not work, so I stopped development. I fixed KMD Labs notarization network. Thank you to Damon Fox for the support. He helped me a lot about financial support, animation, and technical stuff, analysis that I didn't do. So he did many help for KMD Labs. I raised also awareness about dPoW and KMD tech outside of Komodo Discord in CryptoFlair Slack. That's the biggest French-speaking community in crypto. So whatever they are maximalist a lot, we need to talk on this to have some exposure. And also some other Discord server. And I create many GIST to have some list of ID, because I think that GIST can help somehow to discuss the website. In the future, I'd like to perform some cross-chain development with 1MT, threat network. So maybe it can impress guys from Pirate and Hush. I don't know. I am developing and maybe launching in a few days an atomic deck Discord faucet. So just to have a faucet on the Discord, but using atomic decks in the backend. I'd like to add more coins into atomic decks and maybe run myself the Electrum. That's the major point. And maybe it can be linked with the pool and the faucet. When you integrate one coin, maybe I can pay myself for the Electrum server during a few months, and then ask the coin team to pay for it, because that's my side, the thing that it should be in the few years. I'm currently I stopped the integration of atomic decks into YIM, but I'd like to continue on that. But it requires some testing, and it's difficult. Chips needs still some development, so I'd like to continue to work on that. Also on community dPoW Iguana, because I have some untested codes I'd like to test, but in the future I won't test any code on my mainnet, because I did past season a little bit this season. It was not forbidden, but that was just bad idea and stupid, because we have developer notary node and they are made for it. Some third-party keys are not used. So I'm sorry, but I'd like to enhance the code. It needs to be tested somewhere. In real life, I'm a tester. So for me, testing in prod and have bad stat due to that is just stupid from me. I have also some stuff to test on that. I need to discuss more with Damon Fox on the team member. Maybe some change in the tokenomics to support testers of labs. And GL said maybe 1 or 2 years ago that maybe I am a future junior core developer. So I am not a developer because I'm not my title. I never learned development, but I was very happy when GL said that. Thank you. That was my presentation. Sorry to have a bit long.
That is just fine, just fine. No worries. That was very thorough. Thank you very much. It sounds like you've done so much work. I heard you talk about adaptive proof of work, which is maybe if any of the audience you haven't heard about much about this, you check it out. So anyway, yeah, you've done a lot for Komodo, and best of luck going forward. I hope you get to continue to do all of these things that you're hoping to do. It sounds brilliant, and it sounds like the types of things that we continue to need in the development of Komodo platform. So thank you, PHM87. Good luck. We're going to move on to Pioneer Barb.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm representing Komodo Pioneers. This year we candidate with Auto and Bart WR, who are also in the community, of course. Everyone knows Auto. Yeah, so we've been Notary Node in 2018 and 2019, and our special trait is that we let our revenue flow back to the community by investing in education, meetups, and events. And we organized quite a lot in the past, I think from 2017 onwards, about delayed proof of work, market makers on Raspberry Pis in the past, stuff like that. And it's very interesting. So I think we again make a case for that, because if we grow the ecosystem, get more people involved, it's good for everyone. So that is what we want to do this coming year as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Pioneer Barb. And thank you for the previous work that you've done, and good luck going forward in this 2021 Notary Node election.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. And now we're going to hear from Straub. Thank you for all your patience, everyone who's involved. I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. Straub, welcome.
Yes, hi, thank you, Giuliano, and thank for giving us the opportunity to present our proposal here. And I want to say hi to everyone, and a special bonjour to all the French-speaking candidates here today. Me, I'm French-speaking too. I'm from Quebec, Canada, and season 5 would be my 3rd year as an operator. At my first year, I had one on in North America, and I succeeded having the top score for North America, even though at the beginning I didn't even know about Linux, how to use Linux. So as a sign of hope for all the new candidates, I'm sure you can succeed even if you have something to learn doing it. So I learned a lot doing this job, and I like it a lot. And at my 2nd year last year, I had 2 notes, and I had the top score in the South Hemisphere and the 2nd best score in North America. And as Hassan said, the Notary Node, I like my babies. I have 3 kids, but those nodes are my 4th and 5th kids. And my real job is a CG artist. I do 3D animation and visual effects for movie, TV, and web. I do that since more than 25 years. And I did some 3D animation for Pirate, like an informational video, as well as animated GIF for the Discord channel. And I recently did a 3D coin for Komodo that you can download on Mini Marketplace for free. And you can also 3D print it if you want. And yeah, in the coming year, I hope also made some donation for the CHIPS project. I recently gave like $5,000 worth of Komodo to CHIPS. And in the coming year, I hope to also make other donation to a project like CHIPS and Tokel and interesting project similar to those. And I also hope to do more 3D coins. I really like to do that coin. I hope someone will like it. And to do also some 3D animation for Komodo and the ecosystem. And it's pretty much it. Thank you.
Nice, and thank you too. All right, well, definitely check out that 3D coin. I had a look at it. I didn't download it because I don't have a 3D printer, but it makes me want to find somebody who can print it for me. So that looks good. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for sharing what you've done and what you hope to do. All right, we're going to move on to Chris F. Hello, Chris F.
Hi everyone, Chris F here. Some of you know me from the previous years in that, and I'd like to talk today a little bit about some of the stuff maybe you don't know. I've been an ambassador for Komodo for about 2 years now, and doing quite a lot of stuff outside of Discord, also in Discord, and I've won a few different awards for that. Done a few presentations for Komodo, Atomic Dex, put in a few good words for Pirate and some of the other ecosystem projects as well. And I quite enjoyed that. Had a very good opportunity over here in Tokyo before COVID, where I could meet people from all over the world, and it's quite interesting. Had a good time doing that. I'm running again this year. I managed to be eligible for 2 spots in the election this year for becoming 5th place, and I gotta say I'm really really quite proud of that, because I know the people that were ahead of me, man, I don't know even 1% of what they know about this tech and how to do it. And in my case, I mean, it really does show that anyone can do that if they really want to do it, and this is something I really want to do. I gotta say too, I'd like to give a big shout out to all the current notaries that are here in this room tonight, because you're the guys out there that are always around and you can always count on to be around when something happens. And for me, that's a really big part of making the Notary Node as a team. I mean, everyone has their role they can play, but one of the things that is really important is actually being there. And that's not always the case. So to see you guys here tonight, people I really respect, it's really quite an honor to be here today. And thank you.
Well, thank you too, Chris F. And now that honor is shared on my part as well. It's incredible to be involved with so many skilled, highly skilled people who are just looking to develop this platform. And I imagine it seems like we're all just trying to make the world a better place and move it all in an advanced direction. So thank you, Chris F. And we're going to go to Hastrup, and then we'll hear from Arnomad. Hastrup, hello.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can. Yes, hello.
Great, thank you. First of all, a shameless plug. I provide a lot of hardware. So when out of there, half price eBay, yes, I'm back to the proposal. Hello, my name is Hastrup. I'm a Komodo moderator, and I'm a Komodo ambassador in Denmark. First of all, thank you, Otto and the team. This is a great opportunity for new aspiring notary nodes to be heard. So thank you. Okay, here is my elevator pitch. We all know what the problem is: liquidity for the Atomic Dex. My notary node proposal is about trying to solve that exact issue. If you don't know who to vote for P2YX. What he is doing with Doge is sheer genius. But that is only the first step to give branded access to high-value coins like Doge. But it is not enough to give only a branded DEX for the. It is not only enough to give branded DEX free for the top coins, because what does it do good to give an empty DEX platform for the coins when there is no orders to trade with? So here is where my proposal comes in. I want to dedicate 2/3 of the earnings for the easy mining to make fair orders, 1 to 3% the profit margin. So the new branded DEXs like Dogex and other coins like Varus. And I encourage other newly elected notary nodes to follow suit. Thank you for listening to my proposal. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. There was a bit of muffling there, so I'm going to just repeat what I understood from you. And the main takeaway was that you want to use some of the proceeds from the Easy Mine or just from the notary in general to provide liquidity, fair liquidity on the DEX.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Excellent. All right. Well, we are going to now, thank you, Hastrup. Good luck in this Notary Node election. And now we are going to also hear from our Nomad. Hello. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Arnomad. It doesn't mean that I'm mad at anything. It's about nomadism. So I'm in IT since a long time, more than 20 years. And I have like 10 years of experience managing Linux servers, mainly for web development. I went nearly all into cryptos before the current bull run, and I began to mine some coins and entering the technical side of cryptos. I heard about Komodo a long time ago by Metafiliber. It was called Supernet at that time. And now I'm really into crypto and I wanted to participate actively to the project. I'm currently working as a freelance, so I will be highly available to monitor and fix my node if needed. Yeah, I'm happy to participate in these elections. It is the first time for me. And I'm looking forward to talk to all of you and to contribute to the project. So good luck to everyone. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, our Nomad, and thank you too for your interest and your participation in the Notary Node Election 2021 season, and best of luck to you and to everybody else. Now, I do see in the audience here a few other people who are running. If you do want to join us, just raise your hand. I see Decker there, and PBCA 26, CCHMEX, Milo, Mr. Lynch. So if anybody does want to say anything, CHMEX or anybody else, just raise your hand. G Charang, Shosain, SMK, you guys can bring them up to the stage. Now, moving on, we're just going to take a little bit of time to have a conversation. You know, where is, oh, I don't think I see him anymore. Oh, well. Well, I had mentioned, you know, that it's interesting. Some of you have already been around as notary nodes for quite some time, and then others are here for maybe the first time. So if anybody is here for their first time, this is a question for those of you who've been around for at least a year or more. What are some of the things that you learned that you didn't know that you wish you knew about running a notary node that first-time operators might benefit from? And so I'm gonna, I need to moderate this a little bit so that we're not, oh, there's Infotech Al. So, okay, so we're gonna hear from Infotech Al first. And then if anybody else wants to jump in after that, you feel free to. I might have to cut in and just organize us, but we'd love to hear from you guys and just get more insights about these notary nodes.
Right. So what I basically wanted to say for anybody new is that, and what I learned is that it is, I think Hussein, as Hussein touched on this earlier, that it is a 24/7 kind of monitoring and applied system maintenance, right? So I had a terminal service on my phone. I would take my laptop to events or to parties just in case the node was not notarizing or some other maintenance issue with it. I just wanted to make sure that the node had 24/7 uptime or 99.9% uptime. So that is something that I was not prepared for basically in the beginning. But eventually you catch up and you realize what you need to do to make sure that the node is up, as much as possible, and you do that by creating systems for yourself. So I can remember a time when I was out at a dinner with a friend, and I got a ping saying, "Oh, you haven't notarized in X amount of time." So I quickly logged on right on my phone and ran some CLI commands to get a kickstart everything back up again. Maybe Iguana was jammed and it wasn't working, so I just had to restart it or something like that. But I just want the new notary nodes to be aware that it is a big commitment, and it's not something that you can set it and forget it. You do have to commit your time, your resources, and your time away from your activities to do this. I don't want to say it's all bad. Obviously, you get into a groove and you learn how to handle things and manage things, but it is a good commitment to have.
All right, good. Thanks, Infotech Al. That's some good advice and something to look forward to. I just wanted to make sure here, we have SMK and G Charang and Hussein here, as Hussein. Did you guys have any proposals that you wanted to share, or did you want to say anything in the same way that the other candidates did? I'm not quite clear on that one. Otherwise, we'll just move on continue with the discussion.
I'll just say I'm running for my third season in North America under Dragon Hound. Basically, I've been managing fund distribution to all notary nodes, working a whole bunch on stats and transaction tracking and a whole bunch of other stuff, diving deep into the chains and the CLI commands and everything else, and hope to continue to do so next season.
All right, thanks. That was SMK. So good luck with that. I'm sorry that I didn't get you guys in at the same time. I didn't realize that that might be happening. So G Charang and then Hossein.
Yeah, I'm G Charang, and this is my second time running in the SH region. And you all know me. I'm here from 2018. I started doing documentation for Komodo, tested a lot of the smart chain commands and other things. And I've been doing support, and I currently maintain most of the websites that we are doing and the blogs. That's it. Vote for me. Yeah, I'll be here.
Good. Good luck, G Charang. And finally here, Hossein.
Hello. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I am as Hussein, but you will find my candidacy or proposal as Alien. I have been running Notary Node from season 2. Always the top Notary Node operator every year. I'm proud of that. I have been with Komodo since the Bitcoin dark mining days. Since a long time. Only community that I am involved in, Komodo and its ecosystem. So everything. I don't want to say so many things. You can look at my proposal to find few things. Most of the things I didn't even mention in there. Some things I do and it never gets public. Not congratulations. Good luck to all the applicants in the election. I hope the best operators win from the newcomer, from the existing ones. I do not believe Decker and PBCA will speak. So on behalf of them, they're very good operators. They have been developing things for Komodo for a long time. Plenty of solutions. Like, for example, Decker did Komodo Ocean Qt along with Ocean, the first Qt wallet for Zcash fork, and which even ran on Windows. He did plenty other developments, bug fixes and stuff like that. PBCA, he is the developer who was behind Agama. That was an incredible tool, plenty of options to do, like even offline transaction signing. That was awesome. I miss this. He is now doing the Ledger and Trezor Komodo claim tool, and all the asset chains, smart chains. You can use them using those tools. Either you can download it on your computer and use it, or use the web tool. It's fascinating. Basically, I am a technology lover. I love all the technology and everything that Komodo has been building. I have tested extensively the Barter DEX before Atomic DEX. It used to be called Barter DEX. I did create the full API documentation and a lot of other things. So I'm not going to say like only vote for me or anything. Vote whoever you like, whoever you see fit in this ecosystem to be running the Notary Node operations and securing the network. As many people said, it is something like a big job, 24/7. You need to keep monitoring and you need to love the platform while you do it. If you don't love it, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I love the whole ecosystem from the deepest core of my heart. I've been with this community for long, and I believe I will be staying here for a long time with the community, supporting anywhere I can. Thank you.
Excellent. Cheers, and thank you as well for all your hard work. There's, people talk about how much effort and skill is required to be top notary nodes, and if you're continuing to do such things, then obviously, you're putting in a lot of work and effort, and you've got some skill there. So thank you, and thank you to everybody who's joining us, even if you're not speaking today. There are a lot of proposals that have not been shared today, so we do encourage you to please go check out all of the proposals, give them all a fair, equal chance, read them through, and hopefully you will see how many different ideas there are and different people that there are who want to participate. All right, and then enjoy the voting process. I think it's just interesting that Komodo has been doing this for a number of years, and so this ecosystem is alive and thriving. There was a lot of time here. We call it a bear market because this is crypto, and although here we're talking about all the technology and making it run, but at the same time there's this price aspect of things. So maybe from some of those of you who have operated nodes before, maybe for the people who are new and who are trying to maybe they're thinking, okay, well, I'll get some income from doing the work. I know it's work, but I'll get the income. Maybe what experiences or what would you like to share about the volatility of the price fluctuations? Now we're in a bit more of a bullish season, you could say, but I'm sure for those of you who are operating in the past couple of years, it has not necessarily been that easy. Yeah, I think let's hear from anybody really who wants to jump in. Yeah, go for it.
Can I disturb a bit? I'm sorry, I forgot few people who has very good contribution for the ecosystem that I haven't spoken about them because I do not believe they will speak either. So one of them is CHMax. He is an amazing person. He has been hosting the dexstats.info since 2017. All these tools and information you have on that website, plenty. I use it every day. So he is a candidate as well. Please do vote for him. There is Milo. He's a great guy. Helps out anywhere he can, wherever possible, whenever he's available. Please do vote for him as well. There is Mr. Lynch, who has been kind of running or maintaining Pirate. That's an ecosystem coin, as you know, based on Komodo technology, and they have been developing many more things by themselves on their own code base, which is a cool. He is great for security as well, DevOps and other things. So please do vote for them and the Pirate team, I believe. So I do not see any other candidates that I know that I can mention. Let me know, anybody, if you want me to say anything for anyone else. And good luck. Thank you very much for giving me the time.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for voicing for those who are here but are not necessarily speaking. So thank you. And yeah, I just going back to that question, I'm just curious even for myself, like what is it like relying on the proceeds of the notary node operation?
Can anyone hear me? Am I going out? Is it better the last time? Or am I scattering again? Hello?
Hi, it's a bit muffled actually.
Muffled again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to fix the connection. 2 seconds.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Chris F.
Yeah, hi. If I can speak on that too. Yeah, for the last 2 years, it's been, fairly rough. The price hasn't been all that great. And I mean, you can really see that in the commitment of the node operators that have really been there and really pushing and still keeping up their servers and working at it. And it's what, you've heard Shosain speaking about and a lot of the other guys too. I mean, it's not just like a normal job. I mean, if you really want to do it, it needs passion. And I would hope that the voters out there really consider that because, sometimes things really happen like Infotech Alice said. I mean, I had like a 40-hour day once trying to fix up my node. And I mean, that was nothing compared to what some of the other guys have done. So if you're thinking about getting in it and if you're thinking about seriously doing it, please consider that. I mean, if it's only about money, well, there might be easier ways to make money. Yeah, for sure. The best operators aren't there for the money. They're dedicated. They're here for life. They're looking to really build something with KMD.
Am I going through better now?
Oh yeah, much better.
Oh, I'm sorry before. Yeah, I'm really sorry though. But I want to touch on what the Shosain said about the Cemex and Mr. Lynch. They are incredible people. If you don't know what to vote for them instantly. They are great.
Alrighty, thanks, Astro. Yeah, so does anybody have any other thoughts surrounding the price action in terms of being a notary node and how that has affected you? If not, we'll move on to another question / topic.
Well, I would love to say something in here. Do not try to become a notary node operator. It's even said in the Bible, do not try to be a notary node operator if your only goal is making money. It's all about the passion, as SMK said. It's about securing the network. It's about what we believe in and what needs to be done for the ecosystem, for the whole network. So if you believe in that, probably you are in the right place to become a notary node operator. If money is your main goal to be earned from here, to be benefited financially, maybe not too much.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and so let's see. Does anybody have any experience that is something that would make the new candidates really hopeful that they will become a notary node? Like, you mentioned being part of a team. You mentioned just providing for the network. Is it very much that is a big draw for you and is providing you a lot of rewards?
If no one's going to go, I will. Does anyone
Yeah,
else
go
want
for
to
it.
say anything? All right, I'll go. Yeah, I really got a lot to say about that, so I'll try and keep it short. You know, I came into Komodo about 3 years ago, and I know absolutely nothing about computers at all. And from there, the first year, some of the guys I met here, they kind of showed me what to do, and I became the notary node operator. And it was kind of like a dream. And working with people like this, some of the skills and knowledge that they have, and they're so willing to share. I mean, from what I've learned here and seeing it, comparing it to what I've learned in the short time I've been here compared to other people, the gifts that I've gotten from the guys I work with here is just unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't ask to work with a better bunch of people.
Understood. I think that is a big draw for many people, isn't it? Is just the opportunity to be part of such a collective, such a group of team, such a team of people who are skilled and can help each other out. And yeah, just the more I hear about it, the more interesting it sounds, and I just feel grateful that there are so many people who have this type of passion and who are putting themselves into position to possibly do that work. And speaking of which, I do notice also Computer Genie just joined us. So Computer Genie, if you do want to jump on stage and make a little proposal, please do. You just raise your hand and then one of the moderators will invite you up, and then there will be a green bar up top that you click to join. Same thing goes for anybody else who's here.
Just
Yeah.
really quick on what Chris just talked about. Yeah?
Yes, yes.
Hello? Oh, yeah, great. I'm coming from the same background. In 2017, the person that invited me in Slack was all right. I had no idea what what supercomputers were, and from that day on I just I need to learn Linux. That is my main purpose, and now I'm here today, and I'm looking forward to trying out this quote unquote nerdy thing. but yeah, CG, I would love to hear you. Back to Giovanni. Thank you.
Right. And okay, please, SMK, go ahead.
Yeah, just to follow on with that, a keen thirst to learn more and get involved and ask questions and try things out will go a long way.
Good, good, good. And just to speak on behalf of Computer Genie here, I think what I took away from his proposal is basically love him or hate him. He is dedicated, he's passionate, and he really cares. So that's the long and short of it, I think. All right. Does anybody have any other thoughts or do want to share any other experience of any learning you've done or something you've picked up along the way that was maybe not what you expected, or is something that new operators might hope to expect?
If I may say something?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, I just wanted to say that one of the things I learned by doing this job was about Bash script, and I learned a lot by reading the script that others made, like Decker, that was here, that is here, still here today, right? Decker, I like to read the script, and I learned a lot about how everything works in Komodo by reading the script. So I encourage all the new NN operator to go on GitHub and read the scripts, and you will learn so much just by reading those and using them. That's all.
Nice, thank you. That was a shout out to Decker for the scripts. Did I hear you correct?
Yes, yes. There are many other who contribute with the script that you and make them available on GitHub for all the NN operator to use. So it's a shout out to all of them. I'm a big fan of Decker in particular. I think he's a genius, and I like to read the script and understand how they work.
Well done. Thank you, Straub. Okay, and unless, yeah, who else wants to say something before we move on?
I did not a presentation, but just to inform that I do the testnet without any pretension to become a candidate, just for testing the concept and the solution. And yes, now I become a candidate because I want to continue the learning of all this stuff, the script, and all the management of all this asset and the Komodo technologies. So yes, it's pretty interesting to read script and to work on to improve existing scripts. I work on a little GitHub to make some scripts for now, just to monitor, to help monitoring the iguana. But if I may contribute, just
I'm just going to make sure that was D4V who was just speaking, in case you're listening.
Yes, it's for you. Sorry.
Yep, sorry,
Okay,
I just.
and then who's there? Yep, SMK.
Yeah, I just want to encourage anybody who's maybe not a candidate this year but thinks maybe next year they'll throw their hat in the ring. KMD Labs, when it's a bit more active, is a great place to kind of learn the ropes and get a feel for everything. And it'll stand you in good stead for the election in 2022.
Nice, good advice there. So it sounds like KMD Labs is a good training ground. Okay, now perhaps a big question on everybody's mind is, what do you think about this fresh news about notarizing with Litecoin? On a technical level, on a security level, maybe on a perception level, on any level that you consider. If you want to share some of your thoughts about it, this is a change from what it was before. It used to be notarizing to Bitcoin, and now there's been an update to work with Litecoin. Oh, Milo is here. Okay, before we move on to that topic, and you guys can think about what you want to say if you do want to say anything. If Milo wants to say hello, Milo.
Hey, Giuliano, thank you. I actually wanted to say about the topic, moving to Litecoin. I wasn't sure exactly what the motive was, but just recently, in the last maybe hour or two, JL777 wrote in the Ask JL777 channel just some reasons, and this faster notarizations that supports atomic DEX for security and usability is one awesome reason why the change. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity to speak.
Oh yeah, thank you for joining us up on the stage and speaking and sharing that. I was actually curious. I hadn't read that thread yet, so good to know. And if there's anything else that you want to share about that, please do.
Yeah, definitely check it out, dude.
Awesome. And if you do want to make a little self pitch, you do have 2 minutes to do so at any point. Okay. All right. Well, does anybody have anyone else have any thoughts about this topic? Will it make it easier, better for NSPV? Like, you have the SPV functions, and then there's the NSPV. Will that also be enhanced by this?
NSPV doesn't have anything to do with this LTC transition instead of BTC. NSPV is basically tied up with the daemon of Komodo, which is Komodo D.
Okay,
Totally
so
different.
I understand. Okay, so it's only notarizing with Komodo. Okay, I was mistaken there. I didn't even realize that. Good to know.
I think I know where you've crossed the wires, Giuliano. It's NSPV uses notarizations to download less transaction headers, but the change from BTC to LTC, it makes no difference. It's still just notarizations at the end of the day.
Awesome. Understood.
question?
Thanks for clearing that up. Yes, Hastra.
Yeah. How big is the difference of the hash network from BTC to LTC? You say you need to hack all of the BTC to then hack all of the Komodo. How big is LTC compared to BTC?
It shares the same first place in the algorithm that it mines. So the likelihood of it being 51% attacked is extremely low. That's the rationale.
Thank you.
Interesting. As notary node operators, does a change like this affect you much or not so much?
Oh, definitely.
How so? Would you like to expand on that?
Bitcoin has grown well past 300 plus gigabytes and is going to be huge growing into the future. The Litecoin chain, even though it's got faster block times, is a measure of overhead lower than the Bitcoin blockchain. And to add to the NSPV question, while it's not going to, give anybody any immediate visual enhancements, the amount of notarizations those type of transactions check back will be in shorter block increments. They should be much faster to fetch.
There's also the situation of when there's high fees on BTC. One of the features of notarization, we have to split our funds into numerous UTXOs. And if you do that at the wrong time when the fees are high, you might be waiting for that to confirm for a couple of days, and then you run out of UTXOs and effectively your node can't operate optimally.
Okay, that's an interesting
That's a
point of
problem we
view
won't
right
have with Litecoin.
Do you know how long has this been under consideration? Does anybody know? Is this something which has recently become a problem to solve, or is this always been something that was being thought of and considered?
Over the course of this season, we ran into the long confirmation times at least 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I guess probably a few months ago, some alternatives were thought up, and Allright did a whole bunch of work towards the testnet and everything else to make sure everything works and work on the transition.
Oh,
And
nice. All right.
Komodo did
Shout
notarize
out
to
to
LTC in the
Allright.
past, I think.
Sorry, say that again, G. Charan.
And Komodo did notarize to LTC in the past, I think, in 2017 maybe. SHN can say that. Can someone else confirm? I wasn't present, but I heard that we notarized to LTC in the past.
That was probably for testing, but it was never been done on LTC on mainnet yet properly.
Okay.
I think Biz did a bit of testing, notarizing to Ethereum as well, was it?
No, we did test Ethereum testing with Zeno. That was from LIV Scott. We were testing, but that was somehow development stopped. We did some testing and it was working fine in Ethereum. I don't know the technical details fully, but we did try downloading the full Ethereum blockchain, which is about 240 or 50 gigabytes something, only for Ethereum, not the ERC20 token or other tokens. But it was doing quite good things. Allright can elaborate on that, but unfortunately he's not here.
Does that mean that we notarize quicker than 10 minutes with the LTC?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand that.
As I understand it right now, every node they notarize each 10 minutes with the chain. Will that be quicker each 1 minute or each 5 minutes with the LTC?
With LTC, it'll be faster. Definitely, we can do it faster. Currently, we are notarizing Komodo to Bitcoin in every 20 blocks for Komodo. So that was done a few months back. It used to be 10 minutes or 10 blocks. So now it's 20 blocks. But once the transition happens to LTC, it can be lowered, which means more notarization on LTC network, more checkpointings done. It'll be faster and better for atomic DEX transaction, which relies on dPoW security. And James said it's a 2.5 minute block time, so which essentially we can even like increase the frequency on LTC network, which can be 5 minutes or 5 blocks.
And how would that benefit the average user of the atomic DEX?
When you default settings, like when you want to use the Atomic DEX mobile or Atomic DEX desktop, there is an option that you can go with dPoW security. That means once you send the transaction, once the maker receives it, then it waits for the transaction to be notarized, including notarization. Now it kind of takes some time due to we are doing 20 minutes or 20 blocks notarization, which is slightly longer. So when it goes to 5 minutes or five blocks instead of 20, it'll be like 1/4 of the time that is requiring to do it, like validating the transaction and waiting for dPoW security. So Atomic DEX swaps will become faster in this way, only for the part.
So instead of it takes 20, 30 minutes for swap, it could go as slow as 5 to 10 minutes for swap.
Probably you wanted to say as fast as 5 minutes. Yes, I mean 5 minutes to wait for that specific part when the maker node gets the transaction, and then you as a taker you get the transaction from the maker node. So both part has to wait for those swap dPoW confirmation for those transactions. So it will become faster than currently.
Thank you for the info. I much appreciated.
You are welcome.
Yes, thank you very much, and thanks for the questions, Astro, and keep them coming. If anybody other, if any of the other participants here, if you have any questions, please ask, or if you have anything to share, please do. We are talking about the move over to Litecoin for the delayed proof of work notarizations. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, or you want to share anything, Meta Philibert?
Yep. Just to say two things. First is that the idea of notarizing on LTC or even Dogecoin in the first season was already there. First time it was seriously spoken, it was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago when the Bitcoin mempool was bloated for the first time, and all the transactions take ages to confirm. So we were searching for new chains to notarize on in backup, let's say. Like BSA, we tried Ethereum last year. It was seeming to work. I don't know what it stopped, but I understand now that as the dPoW network is set up, with Bitcoin, it may be a problem because sometimes it takes ages to confirm, and even the 10 minutes block time is a bit long. So I think I'm happy to have seen the first notarizations on LTC during the testnet. But I was a bit surprised, to be honest, in the beginning with the official announcement. Because on the very beginning, just after the ICO, the BTC collected were there to notarize for 10 years. So this kind of this notion of BTC notarization was quite deep. And now I think about it, it's a great move because we could notarize for 100 years and quicker. So I think it's an interesting move. Even I know some people that are a bit disappointed because they feel Bitcoin is more maximalist are everywhere. No, I think it's quite interesting as it was mentioned, the hash rate of Litecoin is quite decent, and the block time is shorter. So I think it's a good idea.
All right, thanks for giving us some of that history there. That's important to know as well for this conversation. That you know, it's not something that's coming out of nowhere, and that there are several reasons. And also, you're mentioning that there will be some improvements, possibly maybe more. The performance will be a bit better. Maybe it'll be more efficient and effective long term. We'll have, you know, there will be more opportunity long term not to have to worry about you know, funding the notarizations in the same way. So that's a very interesting point that you're making.
And for atomic DEX also, it's better to have a shorter confirmation time in general. So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And I guess considering that it is really the principle of the matter, it doesn't necessarily matter to which, I mean, of course, the details do matter, which chain you're going to notarize, but at the same time, a lot of this might be just because of perception of like moving away from BTC might be perceived in a like a loss or something like that.
Yep. But for the end user, then nothing is changing.
Right. In fact, well, like we're saying, there might be improvements that, or just changes which are more favorable, let's say. Okay, good. Well, thank you very much for that.
The lower cost overall also lowers the barrier of entry to other coins that might want to join up and join the dPoW network. So it might expand the number of coins that we protect as well.
Interesting. Very interesting. And maybe in some way, this also creates some shared community initiative with Litecoin in some sense. Does that make sense to any of you?
Yeah, that's always a bonus too.
Good. Yes, I'm sure the Litecoin community can feel proud that Komodo would choose them for such a task, because this is not a small decision, and it is one of the foundational components of the Komodo platform. Yeah, I think that that says a lot also about Litecoin and LTC, their network. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's definitely a big thumbs up in their direction.
Good. Alrighty then. Well, I don't know if we have much else to say. I do want to go around one more time, give each of you a chance to say any final words before we wrap up here. If you do have a final word about the LTC, you can also throw that in there. We'll just take ourselves through the order that's here. So I'm going to read through your names, and then I will come back to you. So thank you, Arnomad and Biz and D4V, Dr. Kush, Damon Fox, Metaphilibert, Milo, Pioneer Barb, Straub, Chris F, Hastrup, and a special thank you to G Charang, Shosain, and SMK for being around this whole time. Thanks to Dalton and Otto for setting this up and taking us through. And then there were a whole bunch of people who were here who have left. So thank you all for joining us. And those of you who couldn't make it today, well, thank you for listening now. And we look forward to hearing from you at any other time. Do join us for the Thursday town halls. Those are excellent opportunities to have your voice heard. And now in one last opportunity to hear your voice, if you would like to share any last thing. Otherwise, you can just say goodbye. So Arnomad, your turn.
Yeah. I will just. Sorry, I will just say goodbye to all. That was very, very interesting. And yeah, good luck for everyone for the elections.
Thank you, Arnomad. Good luck. Okay, Biz.
Yeah, so I'll just take this moment to say thanks to the Komodo administrators for moderating this roundtable, and also thanks to everyone who has helped with the Blur development, integrating with dPoW, Damon Fox, Meta Philibert, Milo, DTH, a couple other people too, I'm sure forgetting, but thanks for all the help, and look forward to deepening my involvement with the Komodo community over the next year.
Excellent. We look forward to having you around. Thank you, Biz. And D4V.
Yes, thank you very much for this meeting. It was very interesting to listen your voice and put a voice to the name, and hope that I can contribute a lot to the community, as I'm new as a probably hope notary operator, and I will contribute with script and automation and monitoring tools as much as I can. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you too, D4V, and best of luck. And we look forward to having you around. Dr. Kush.
Thank you for talk with you, and I'm very motivated for the Notary Node 2021, and long life of Komodo. Goodbye, thank you.
Parfait, thank you, Dr. Kush, very much.
Et pour les Français, j'aimerais dire un petit bonjour à tous.
Oui, merci. Okay, good. And I'm glad. Thank you for coming on and talking, even though it's maybe it's not your first language, and to anybody else who it's not necessarily easy to come up and talk. So thank you for doing that. And then we'll move on to Damon Fox.
Thanks for your consideration and any votes. I look forward to breaking more stuff and helping fix it to make it better for the future.
Awesome. Thanks for your hard work, Damon Fox. And next, Meta Philibert.
Yeah, just want to say something about a previous topic about what we learned quickly. Many things were already said. Learn Linux, Bash, learn from scripts. Sorry, is really important. But a main thing you maybe newcomers need to know is that you will learn how to interact with blockchains in general, as Komodo is a fork of Zcash and so of Bitcoin. It's a great opportunity to learn to manage them all, if I can say like that, and also the team spirit. In the 2 first seasons, really there were some crazy nights we spent all night all together to manage some external attacks or track some bugs, and it was more like a family than a team, and so it's a great community.
All right, thank you, Meta Philibert, and you just remind me there how important it is, each individual participant node operator, and how I'm sure for those of you who are node operators or have auto elections and you're already elected in that way, you also are hoping that the people who will be elected will be the best quality people to join you in those times, because this is exactly what you're saying, spending all of this time to defend against attacks or do other things to problem solve and figure things out and helping each other. There's a lot of involvement. And so I can just imagine from the side of those of you who are the node operators looking to the next year, and that can also provide sometimes a little bit of anxiety and hope that that it will go all good. So next we are going to hear from Milo. Hello, Milo. Send us off.
Sure, I'll take an opportunity. Thank you all. It's a great learning experience. I've been around for 3 or 4 years, and having learnt a lot of things from JL777 as well, at a design level of how to think about UTXOs, has been so beneficial for just understanding the whole landscape, and then being able to see the difference between Komodo and the ethos behind peer-to-peer software versus other more convenient methods that currently rule the market. But we're all in it together. All crypto is good crypto. And yeah, stick around if you don't make it. Learn some more stuff. Try again next year. Thank you.
Yes, Milo, thank you. I'm so glad you said that, because unfortunately not everybody is going to be making it, but we really do hope that your passion remains and your desire to be part of the community remains, and that you find a place for yourself and are able to continue contributing and learning and growing and that sort of thing. So thank you, Milo. Pioneer Barb.
Yes, thank you for this interesting session, and I'm really looking forward for this new season. And of course, no matter what happens, I'm involved in the community anyway, and I know it's a very special community, and I love it. So it's good to work on this again, and yeah, thank you also, Milo, for everything we do together in various projects, and for your help with the pioneers in the previous years.
Pleasure.
Yeah. So everyone, I wish you all a lot of success in the elections, and let's be kind to each other.
Indeed. Thank you, Pioneer Barb, and good luck. And we look forward to everyone taking their votes. So just if you're just confused about anything, there's a lot of documentation. I'm sure that G Charang, you've been handling some support questions and other things like that. So if you are a newcomer to Komodo platform and the community, we're hoping that you're enjoying this aspect of the community. Maybe you're learning something that you haven't learned before about Komodo platform. I know I have learned quite a bit today, and just getting some perspectives from all of the different people involved here is quite enlightening. So I do appreciate this aspect of Komodo platform and the community. And so we thank you all. If you're new to Komodo platform, yeah, join up, take a look at all the proposals, and make your vote to whomever you think best serves our community here. Okay, so we're going to move on now to Straub.
Yes, thank you for this event. It was a really nice event. And I also would like to say to any new listener who would like to present a proposal to join the testnet. And we are actually testing notarization to LTC. So you can join the testnet to show that you can do the job. So welcome everyone, and thank you very much.
Thank you too, Straub, and thank you for pitching the testnet LTC notarizations. It's definitely, I imagine that the people who are serious about operating the nodes will be doing their best to learn what they need to be doing. So, especially if you're, this is your first notary node season, right? So thank you, Straub. All right, Chris F.
Well, I'd like to say thanks to you guys for setting all this up. It's been quite fun. And just to everyone out there thinking to vote in the elections and that, there's so many good candidates here. And if you have a look in the GitHub, you can find everyone's proposal. And it's worth your time to have a look through them. I mean, this is part of the thing that grows or protects your investment. So take a bit of time and have a look around. Thanks.
Right on, Chris F. Thank you for that. And good luck to you as well. Good luck to everyone. Hastrup, your turn.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Thank you for hosting this show. It's very good. About the testnet, I just got merged today, so I'm really excited to get on tomorrow because there I have time. If you don't like my proposal, please look at Mr. Lynch. He's amazing over at Pilot, or else Cemex on the Digstats, and there is P2YX about the projects. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being here. more great things comes out of Komodo than you will think. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Hastrup. Can you just repeat the names? I heard CHMEX and PTYX, but you had said one first, and I don't know if we heard it.
Yeah, Mr. Lynch is he's a developer over the Pirate.
Okay, good.
He's amazing.
Mr. Lynch. Yeah, Mr. Lynch.
Exactly.
Okay, good. Just want
Thank
to
you.
make sure that that if you said his name, that we hear his name. Good. All right. And now we can hear from Jicharang, and then Sosain, and then SMK before we sign off. Jicharang.
Yeah, thank you for being such a great host here, Giuliano. I just want to highlight that every one of us are afraid to ask questions, but we shouldn't be. Everyone has their own strength. If you don't know something, just ask in any of the channels. Most of us started our journeys in Komodo by being curious and coming here to ask questions. Yeah, that's it.
I love it. Be curious, ask questions, and take advantage of Komodo platform as an opportunity to learn just about anything that you could possibly learn. So that's great. Good stuff. And Sosain.
Thank you. Thank you, Giuliano. You have been a great host, been very patient, taking questions and getting things done. Thank you for all. Thank you to all listeners as well for your time. Just remember one thing, that you don't have to be a developer to be a notary node operator. I am not a developer, but I'm operating. It's okay as long as you have basic Linux skills and you understand how a CLI daemon works, a coin daemon. So if you understand those things, you'll be good. And anyone wants to vote for me, thank you very much for your votes. Vote for the good people as well. And best of luck to all the participants.
Right on. Best of luck to all the participants. And yeah, you don't need to be a developer, but one thing to add that is you did mention it before, you do need to be willing to work hard and put in a lot of effort and passion. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be kind of dedicated and passionate about it. Otherwise, you will find it boring or your node might not perform well.
Right. Excellent. All righty. And finally here, SMK from Dragonhound.
Yeah, just cheers for all the MC duties. Thanks to the Pioneer team, Auto, for putting all this together. Good to see some old faces in the chat. Welcome back, Infotech Al. And hear a bit more about what some of the other guys get up to in the shadows while I'm off doing other things. Supporting Biz, good on you, Damon Fox, Metal Filbert. Yep, good stuff. Thanks, Jicharang, for being great with support. And a shout out to Chemex, Mad Max for their work on stats, PHM87 for his activity across the ecosystem, and WebWorker as well for stats. And a special shout out to two of the new candidates, Daria and Hastrup, who have been quite active in the community. As Chips Tokel Dev for Daria and Hastrup with the community moderation stuff. Good to see you guys running, and I encourage anybody that doesn't make it or hasn't put their candidacy in, check out labs. You've got a whole year to learn the ropes and to show everyone what you got and how quickly you pick it up. And best of luck to everyone. Fingers crossed I'll be there alongside the winners. And for those of us that don't make it, labs is the place to be.
Right on. Excellent. Well, thank you for that. And best of luck again to everyone who's running. Thank you for making this an exciting time of year by offering such proposals that make us think and question where we can send our precious vote tokens. And so, yeah, thanks a lot to all of you. Really respect and appreciate you all for the passion, the love, the effort, commitment, dedication, and just whatever skills you're bringing to the table. Thank you for that. This is going to bring us to the end of our live stream for this Notary Node election of 2021. We appreciate you listening and joining us either live, or if this is you listening to us in the recorded form after the fact, Well, thanks for listening. We hope you got a lot out of it. I know I did. Komodo platform is such an amazing place and such an amazing group of people. A special shout out to CA333 and all of the development team and all of the other members of the Komodo team who haven't had a shout out today. And if you are part of this community and you do anything that involves yourself in the community, we thank you very much, because we're all in this together, and I'm certainly very appreciative, and I feel honored to be a part of this and to be here today with you as the MC for this live stream. So yeah, and then a special shout out to JL777. Just definitely some reverence, but you know, also just humble and just another person just like all of us. So we are one big community, and this Komodo platform is just getting bigger and better and more fun. And so, and a big part of that has to do with Otto and Delton and Jay Charming for the work that they're doing to create events such as this. So thank you very much. This Notary Node election season, it has been made that much more interesting and enjoyable because of you guys making this happen. So having said all of that, we are going to end this for now. Thank you for being here. Best of luck to all the candidates. And we look forward to seeing you in this next Notary Node season. I'm Giuliano. Take care. Goodbye.